Good morning, everyone. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. Yesterday was really heavy for me, and I think it was actually it was heavy for a lot of people. Right now, it feels sort of like a roller coaster. Like some days are really, really good and high energy. Like today, I'm feeling really good with high energy. And I know that there are some positions in my own personal natal chart that are helping with that. But as we get closer to this eclipse season, or this eclipse tomorrow that's happening tomorrow and Thursday, kind of depending on where you are in the world. So the eclipse, I was really excited to do this video. I forgot to kind of like put some stuff away. The eclipse is not a time to manifest. I know that it's a new moon tomorrow. I know it's a new moon in Capricorn, but with eclipse season, we're releasing, and especially with this Saturn and Pluto conjunction that's coming up that will be exact on January 12th. That we'll go into a little bit more as we get closer to it, you're starting to already feel the energies of this Saturn and Pluto conjunction and some of the things that you may be feeling. So we're going to feel this on a really broad scale and we're going to feel it on a really small scale. But some of the things that you're feeling right now are probably some of this, like some of the things that are coming up is what I'm talking, like some of the traumas that might be coming up from childhood. I know a lot of people are being very nostalgic right now, and it feels like wounds from the past are resurfacing. And that's happening because of this Saturn and Pluto conjunction. We're finding out exactly what it is that we really fully need to release to be our best selves. It's like the shadow side, the karmic aspect, the shadow side. And it's going to be a lot easier for people who are ready to release all of that. It's going to be easier for people that sort of have like built up a resolve for themselves. It's going to be much harder for the kinder, gentler souls of the world. So really pay attention to your kids right now. Pay attention to what your kids are telling you. Pay attention to what teenagers are telling you right now. I know that there are going to be a lot of angsty teenagers out there with some brand new karmic lessons that are showing up. And be kind to yourself. I've talked to several people and I'm recognizing a pattern with a lot of childhood traumas coming, like surfacing right now. And so when that is happening for you, I want you to let yourself feel it. Like, don't try to stuff it down like you've done in the past. The more you stuff it down, the harder it's going to be to release. And so if you allow yourself, like last night, I actually had a little cry session, which I sort of manifested for myself because I felt like there was a really big release that needed to happen. And I recognized something, a wound that I've been holding on to for a really long time. And I couldn't put words to it. I couldn't explain how it felt or what it was. And last night it finally came to me. And it was after a whole day of meditating and doing yoga. I didn't work much. I only did a couple of personal readings yesterday because I needed to honor how tired I was. I needed to honor how exhausted I was yesterday. So that's why you guys didn't see me. But on those days that I don't show up here, you can always find me on Instagram. You can always find me on Twitter. I'm still posting in the community page on here. Even if you don't see my face, I'll still be active with you guys. So if you haven't connected with me on Twitter or on Instagram, that information is in the description box, or on Twitter, I am at Betsy. The E in Betsy is a 3. So it's B3TSY33. And on Instagram, I'm Fearless Intuition 1111. So tomorrow and Thursday with the eclipse, find yourself releasing things. Don't manifest right now. You don't want to bring manifestation stuff in during a really karmic time. And Jupiter is also actually going to be conjuncting with the South Node during this eclipse season, because we also will have a full moon eclipse like 2 days before the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. We'll have a full moon eclipse in Cancer. So it's going to be quite an interesting season. And I think it's January 10th, a couple of days. I'll have to double check that. But the biggest lesson right now is to be kind to yourself and make sure that you are paying attention to the emotions that are surfacing, because this is it's prime time. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It might be really painful. You might have to let go of some things. You might have to let go of some projects that you were really wanting to work on. You might have to let go of some relationships that you were really hoping were going to pan out. I want everybody to embrace this time so that we can all start fresh, right? I know a lot of people are excited for the 2020 energies to show up. It's not going to be an easy energy in 2020. The retrogrades and the eclipses, and of course, I'm the astrologer that's going to tell you when it's closer to time. I know there are a lot of astrologers that are already talking about this right now. But 2020 is about really regaining yourself, regaining control after all of this trying, healing energy. Some people are coming into a really healing time, and some people are regaining their own power because they've found their truth. They've learned their truth. So just my biggest advice right now is to really honor yourself, honor your body. If you're tired, please rest. Don't get so overwhelmed by the holiday rush that you forget to pay attention to who you are and your body. Like yesterday, I had to really pay attention to my soul and my physical form and honor it. And if there's anything that I can give you guys for Christmas as a Christmas present, it would be to honor yourself and to make sure that you are enjoying this holiday deep down in your heart for yourself, and not just for the show, right? Not just for the show. If you would like to tip your favorite tarot/energy reader for the holidays, can you guys tell that I have a really hard time with that? I have a really hard time asking for donations and stuff for the channel. But if this channel has helped you this year or in the past years, no donation is too small. I had somebody that sent me $1 yesterday, and it brightened up my world. So the PayPal and Venmo information, I'm going to actually put it in the comments so you can see it. I've been asked by still getting queries about that. I do not have an address to send anything to. You guys can always send me an e-card to my email address. I would not mind that. That would brighten my day as well. I have been very, very blessed on this channel. And I too hope that what I'm teaching you guys is blessing you as well. So remember your favorite tarot reader during the holiday season, or tarot readers. Maybe you have a couple. And if you just send each of us $1, you know what? That'll really make us happy. So if you cannot, monetary value is not always the thing. If you can just like, share, subscribe, show me off, that would be the best gift as well. Leave a comment underneath here also to kind of get back into the algorithm. I'm still trying to be seen again. For some reason, I'm invisible on YouTube. I'm still trying to be seen. Not completely invisible, but not as visible as I was earlier this year and last year. But it all happens for a reason. So I'm not too worried about it. Even still, a little shove, a little push in the right direction would be helpful with you guys. Also, the $30 questions, if you guys are in dire need of a one question reading, if you need it quickly, I will be doing the $30 questions this coming weekend. So those have all it's been restocked. It's a 10-minute video, and I'll be sending all of them out this coming weekend. So you can get a really fast, within 6 days, 5 days, within 5 days, and you'll have your answer. 4 days, 4 or 5 days. $30 or 30-minute readings are also on sale for $60. If you need a last-minute Christmas gift, I can send it as a gift certificate if you would prefer that. If you need something to stick in an envelope. The workshop pre-order sale is still available until December 31st at 11:59, right before we ring in the new year. If you pre-order the workshop in January, the self-alignment workshop, where we're going to be focusing on being present, mindful manifesting. We're going to be manifesting from the present moment, because really that's the best place to start. So if you want to pre-register for that, you get all of the meditations in January for free. And so that's a $20 value. So really it's like you're half the course, because the course is $44, or the workshop is $44, and the meditations are $20. So you're literally, see how that works? If you're a patron on Patreon, you get the workshop 50% off because you're already a part of all of the meditations. So run over to Patreon and get that code. There is a code that you can use if you're a part of the Everything and More patrons. What else? Do I have anything else? Oh, I'm getting the general 2020 forecast rolled out. I noticed myself getting really exhausted a couple of days ago, so I've slowed that down. I will start back up with Scorpio. If I don't get it done today, I'll do it on Friday. So I appreciate your patience with that, and I appreciate your patience on getting the January readings out. You guys know that I'm going to get everything done, right? Like, I'm a Virgo. I will make sure you're all taken care of. So I love that you're being patient with me, and it's so, so appreciated. Jewelry is still on sale as well. The rings, the beautiful jade onyx ring is still on sale. Capricorn birthday specials are still on sale. Okay, so, and the cards are already coming out, like what I was talking about before, that now is really the time for you to get super honest with yourself in order for you to move into the new year with kind of an easier thought process is how I want to say it. Because I have the Six of Swords, which is moving from rough waters into calmer waters, right? And then we have the Page of Swords, and then we have Judgment. And if you guys want, during the eclipse, if you want to do a ritual for yourself, I would highly recommend like lighting a black candle and then writing down on a piece of paper all the things that you want to release. Like, meditate on it. Let your higher self tell you what you need to release. Let your soul tell you what you need to release, and then burn that piece of paper with the black candle. That would be a really good ritual to do. Yeah, so because I'm not going to be doing a ritual for the eclipse, that's something that you guys can really do that would be a good releasing. So I have the Six of Swords and the Page of Swords and Judgment. I have the Devil and the Seven of Wands. Some of you during this holiday season, and I'm saying the holiday season because some people are Jewish, some people represent, or some people celebrate Kwanzaa, like whatever it is that you celebrate, it's all sort of during the same time. And we're all going to go through the new year, right? So during this holiday season, being really super honest with yourself and speaking your truth and speaking your boundaries, I feel like some of you are really learning a very valuable, hard karmic lesson with that, is making sure that your boundaries are not only set, but they're also loving and healthy. Because you can set boundaries for people and be angry about it or bitter about it, right? You can be like, I'm setting this boundary because I've been traumatized in the past and I don't want to feel that pain anymore. And so I'm going to set a very hard boundary with everybody else in my life, right? Going and moving on to the future. I'm setting this there's this hard line boundary that I'm setting. That's not a healthy, loving boundary. That is a boundary based off of anger and bitterness and resentfulness and trauma. And so when you have that anger, you have to ask yourself, am I setting these boundaries based on the anger that I felt in the past, or am I allowing myself to set these with love by speaking my truth and saying things like, I understand that that's how you feel, and this is how I feel, and it's okay that we don't agree on it. We're not going to agree on everything, but we can be respectful to each other. You can be in the same room with your family who does not believe in what you believe in this holiday season and still be respectful to every single one of them and not have to debate it and not have to explain your truth or not have to explain what you believe. You can, it's possible. And I feel like for some of you, it's kind of time. With Judgment and the Devil here, very, very karmic activity. Lots of karmic activity happening here. In fact, I could almost say that this is Pluto and Saturn conjuncting. And a lot of it will have to do with the family stuff. So let's clarify and see. Let's see what the Six of Swords is. Okay. Oof. The Five of Pentacles on the Queen of Wands. So, and this is on the Six of Swords. There's somebody in your life that doesn't particularly make you feel like you're the best version of who you are with that Five of Pentacles. Now, this could be you. You could be representing the Queen of Wands as well, but this could also be somebody else. And so I feel like these three cards here are actually telling you to prepare yourself. You need to really be mentally prepared to remove yourself, or to, you're so consciously aware that nobody can get you into this Five of Pentacles situation, right? There's a reason why you're walking into situations, whether they're family or friends or anything. There's a reason why you're walking into situations right now with the intention of peace and harmony and acceptance, right? There's a reason why you're the peacemaker in the family. Or you know what? You know what I mean when I say that? Like, maybe you've always been the outsider, right? Maybe you've always been the outsider. And now that you realize and recognize what your truth is, and this may not be for all of you, but once you recognize and realize what your truth is, and you're placed in a situation where you've always felt left out before, now you can kind of see where your place actually is in that. No longer the outsider, but maybe you're the healer of the family, or maybe you're the teacher of the family, or maybe, you know, it's like, whatever it is that is, it's like you're able to incorporate your belief system into the family festivities and celebration. That's what I'm trying to get to. Oh my gosh. Because we're having to be really honest about what society deems as normal now. And do we really accept ourselves within that? With the Hierophant on the Page of Swords. Sorry if it gets a little fuzzy. I think I think it's on auto. Hold on, let me look. Sorry, guys. Is it autofocus? No, oh, it is. Click, okay. Click that off. All right. Sorry. So the Hierophant on the Page of Swords. What do you really believe in? I think, and this might be a time where a lot of people are having to ask themselves that. I feel like a lot of people are going to wake up during this time, because a lot of times the spiritual awakenings happen after your either a traumatizing situation comes back into your life, or you go through some kind of traumatizing situations. A lot of people wake up during that time. And so this may be a very large collective wake-up call. And that's why you're being charged in your life with remembering who you are. That sometimes being the outsider is much better than being a part of the group. Because you're creating, and some of you may be going through this awakening process right now. I may have a few, like one or two new people that are watching this right now who have just literally started their awakening process. Going through the Saturn and Pluto conjunction for somebody who's also going through the dark night of the soul is going to be very, very difficult. And so you really have to start grounding your truth and knowing your truth, because there are going to be triggers all over the place for you. Judgment. Yeah. This is about standing up for yourself. This is not a time, and like I said, that Saturn and Pluto conjunction is going to be really hard for the softer individuals, for the ones that cannot stand up for themselves. We're going to find out who's really for you and who's really against you during this time. And it's not going to be easy. And so allowing yourself that courage, right? Allowing yourself that vulnerability and that courage, and seeing that you can't shrink away anymore. You can no longer be a wallflower. If you've been a wallflower your entire life, the universe right now, source, is pushing you to be more, to allow yourself to open yourself up. You know, 2019 we used the word allow quite a bit because we were learning in 2019 how to create that healthy space for ourselves and do it without judging ourselves and doing it regardless of whether other people were judging us, right? We were allowing ourselves to have boundaries. We were allowing ourselves to practice what we preach. We were allowing ourselves to speak our truth and be loud about it. We're not quiet anymore, right? So 2020, this is literally like breaking you down in a test mode. Like, are you sure you're ready? Are you sure? And I'm not saying all of this to scare you guys because it doesn't have to be scary. I actually think it's going to be extremely expansive. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it's going to be really, really expansive. And when you root yourself in that expansion, instead of thinking about the fear of what the Saturn and Pluto conjunction can do to you, think about the expansive qualities of it. Yes, there are going to be a lot of angry people out there. Those are the people that don't know who they are. Those are the people that don't remember. Those are the people that don't want to remember. And they will be angry. So let's see what's on the Devil. Because this Strength card on Justice speaks volumes about this time of year. Courage, ferocity, you know, like everything that you can think of when it comes to a Leo. Love, heart, bravery. That's everything that's coming out, right? So let's look at the Devil. If you feel like you are paralyzed in some moments of your life right now, I want you to honor that as well. There's nothing worth pushing yourself so hard to exhaustion. No. And I'm even like, it's so funny because you know that saying where like people are working, like retail workers and stuff are working all hours right now. And I'm like, why is it so important for retail workers to be working doctor's hours? You know, like, why are they working 12-hour shifts? Why are they working 24-hour shifts? Like, why are people having to, they're not doctors. They're not saving lives. Like, what is that? Please rest. And I've been saying this, like, literally, I'm going to be on repeat. I'm going to be on repeat with the resting. Please take care of yourself. Take care of your physical. Take care of your soul. Really allow yourself to be quiet. With all the noise around us and all the chaos, allow yourself to be quiet. And if some of you are taking a vacation time, you know, because you're not working, maximize that vacation time. Maximize the time that you have without having to go back to work. I almost want you to rest and to sleep so much that it's annoying you. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Okay. See? 10 of Wands. You have done absolutely every single thing that you can do. You don't need to do anymore. And I know some of you are really, really worried and maybe even a little bit defensive. This 9 of Swords, I think some of you are worried about going into public spaces without having healthy boundaries. Just remember to really breathe. If you haven't been a part of the meditations yet, the weekly meditations that we do, or if you haven't been in a while, this one that we're going to be doing this Sunday coming up, we're going to do the meditation and we're going to be releasing everything that we need. Like, this is going to be a huge releasing meditation. Like I'm hoping, I'm hoping there are tears. Like, that was terrible that I was about to say that, but really, for real, like, I hope I cry. I hope I have tears. We're going to really be releasing everything, all of the stress, all of the negativity. We're going to end it on a really positive note. We're going to uplift everything that you know, with love, right? And release everything with love. This 9 of Swords really makes me feel like a lot of you are stressed out right now. And a lot of you are probably on the defense because you're stressed out. So you need to rest. You need to allow yourself to rest. You've done everything that you can. You've worked to the bone to get to that 10 of Cups. You really have. You've worked to the bone to get to that 10 of Cups. And, you know, you should be really proud of yourself for how far you've come this year. And that's what I want you to focus on, is everything that you have produced this year with your life. I guarantee you your life does not look different than it did, or your life looks 100% different than it did last year. Maybe not 100%, maybe like 75%. For some of you, 100%. For some of you, 75%. Really allow yourself to take that in, and everything that you've been through this year. I will, if I'm not back on Friday for a daily reading, I will definitely be back on Saturday for a daily reading. Because I have, my kids are out of school, and even though I don't necessarily celebrate Christmas, everybody else around me does, and so I'm a part of that. So I love you guys. Really take good care of yourselves this week. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. If you need anything, I will be available, but please give me time to respond. And just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, first and foremost. I know everybody's taking care of everybody else right now, but please take care of yourself too. I love you guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye.